The Dallas Cowboys went full Homer Simpson. Yeah. Now, if we back up for just a second, did you find maybe you didn't consume it all afternoon like I was stuck doing, sitting in the studio? Did you think the Simpsons tie-in was funny, or was the Simpsons tie-in nauseating?
Horrible.
Yeah.
It was. I maybe lasted 5 minutes.
Yeah. It for such a great show with such an amazing lifespan, and it felt like there's a lot of possibilities there because it was going to be a bad football game, right? So you just assume, you know what, you might as well screw around with this with the Simpsons because it's going to be a bad game, Cowboys and Bengals. It's basically meaningless anyway, so why not? And then I found myself thinking, this is getting irritating. This is beyond irritating. It's becoming nauseating. If you missed it, it's funny. It is. It works in small bits and pieces. So here's one of 7 million highlights from about 3 p.m. until midnight.
They empty it out for Homer Simpson playing quarterback. Play clock down to 3. Simpson looking to throw. He floats it toward the end zone. Touch diddly down. C.D. Lamb. Woohoo! Homer Simpson, and that's just a perfect celebration for Homer's first touchdown pass in the NFL.
Well, Drew, you said that the Cowboys had not scored a first-quarter touchdown.
You know, I really feel like this was, and I don't think it's a terrible idea, by the way, conceptually. The concept is okay. But I feel like this was a trial balloon, and that is doing this kind of thing more often, right? The NFL as a TV product is the most powerful there is. Okay, nothing even comes close. So I think, okay, if we find ourselves liking this, if the focus group data says that people thought this was funny, people thought this was the right way to go about a bad game, you know, maybe we found our way here, and then the networks can make more money because they're charging people for promotional tie-ins. You know, like, you know, instead of throwing a pass, you're throwing like a hot dog or something and just completely cartoon up a game. And then I think this thing fell flat on its face. Yeah, I don't think it worked. It was clunky. It wasn't that funny. Whatever. Face painters, your Dallas Cowboys are finished. It's done. Thought they were going to win last night. They should have won last night. I actually made an argument that they could and should win last night. And then there was a weird, quirky way that they could make their way to getting close to the playoffs. There would at least be some momentum. There was a chance that a win last night at home, it was all set up. There'd be a little bit of interest going. There's a little bit of storyline. And then it ended in the most Cowboys-like way. The most 2024 way. It ended with, and I know most people, and I did not hear an absolute description of what you're supposed to do if a ball is tipped and it crosses the line of scrimmage on a punt. I bet a lot of people don't even know why this was such an asinine play last night.
Near Turpin if you can help it. That's blocked! And picked up by Cincinnati out across the 40. The offense comes back onto the field for Cincinnati. Here's the block. Yeah, the block is made, and then someone, I didn't see who exactly
Ruling
it was.
on the field, on a kick play, the ball was touched by the receiving team beyond the line and then recovered by the kicking team. As soon as...
Right here by Oruwariye, who was just
The guy was just activated. Well, he's just been deactivated. I can tell you that now. That's the way to get fired. So for anyone that doesn't know, and stuff like this drives me crazy, but I'm a football nerd who grew up with a referee, an NFL referee. So I know all this stuff, but I don't think most people do. And I'm now not all that surprised an NFL player doesn't. A blocked punt that goes beyond the line of scrimmage is just like a punt. Got it? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that it's tipped. It doesn't matter how squirrely the kick is. If it goes beyond the line of scrimmage, it's a regular punt. It does not have to be returned. In fact, I can tell you, you should have heard this from the field. The screams should have been, they're going to laugh. This is a nerdy football thing. You should hear Peter, Peter, Peter. You know what that means? That is NFL old school strategy. When you hear Peter on the field, you stop what you're doing and you run to the sideline. That is the call for a short or shanked punt. That way a guy that's blocking knows to get away so the ball doesn't hit him. I'm not kidding. I heard none of that. And then this moron tried to catch it, lost control of the ball. The Bengals get it back, and since they have somebody named Joe Burrow and somebody named Jamar Chase, well, they score and the Cowboys lose in the most Cowboys-like way. So it could be a ball that's blocked behind the line of scrimmage can be advanced by either team.
Hey, Austin, Jeff Ward here, and I never thought I'd be in an accident and need a personal injury attorney. And then sure enough, less than a mile from my house, I was blindsided. I was injured. My world was turned completely upside down. I called DJC Law and their team took care of everything. I got the best result possible. Don't just take my word for it. They have over 1,000 five-star reviews. So if you're injured, call 512-888-9999 and get your justice at teamjustice.com.
Okay? So as soon as you hear the scream, Peter, you know what you're not supposed to do? You're not supposed to touch the ball at all. Get anywhere near it. You don't want to go near the ball. Peter is a universal term for a shanked or blocked punt. Been around as long as I've been around football. And the Cowboys went full third grade football in losing last night. Even in third grade, I find it kind of stupid. But they did not do what every player is taught. I remember in college, every Saturday, whenever there's a game, there was a list of fundamental rules in special teams. You know what? One was a punt blocked behind the line of scrimmage could be advanced by either team. We would go through these every single week, this list of rules for the kicking game. And I got to believe most guys at most levels have done the same thing. So it is shockingly stupid what happened with Dallas last night. It really is. The season is over. And